Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm shooting a video after a long time. Um, I will try to be more consistent with the process of my video making. The thing is, in between college and my life and yoga and this and that, we sometimes miss out on making videos consistently, but I'll be trying. Keeping that aside, welcome back to my channel. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, hi, my name is Procheta and I'm currently pursuing a degree in English Honours from Bethune College under Calcutta University, and today's video in fact is about that. I hope you find it a little bit useful for yourself. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of enrolling yourself in an English Honours degree, which I've been studying for the past 2.5 years. Yeah, so my story is that I enrolled myself in this degree in 2023 June, right after I gave my 12th. I was searching for a college. I was very sure and determined to take English literature purely because of my love for the subject of English. And if you have to take one thing away from this video, it should be that if you don't love a subject deeply, please don't go and take an honors in that subject, because it's going to cost you for your dear life, because you do have to study a lot once you are in college. So it's kind of better to take the subject that you're really in love with. Yeah, I'll tell you why. So I have noted down a few pros and cons right here in this notebook. We will elaborate on that right now. So when I come to the pros of taking a degree in English Honours, one of the pros is that there are a lot of novels and a lot of texts and a lot of poems. So anybody who wants to get a good exposure to British literature and just maybe 1% of Indian literature, you can take up English Honours. But if you just want to study English as like a side subject, not your main subject, there are multiple opportunities to do that as well. You can pick up your minor subject as English, or you can pick up your AEC or alternative subject as your English, because AEC can be either English or Bengali. If you want to study English as a light side subject, you can definitely pick out your AEC course as your English course. So if you really love literature, if you really love reading British literature, if you love reading fiction, you will love the course, because you have to read a lot meaning a lot. This is the only pro of the subject. If you love the subject, you're going to love it. If you hate it, you're going to hate it. So don't take the subject by force. Don't take it because your parents have said so. Don't take it by peer pressure. Don't take it because somebody else thinks that this is going to be useful for you. You should take the subject as your honors paper only if you love the subject. Because trust me, it is going to be a grueling 4 years journey. So if you don't love the subject, it's going to be very hard for you. Because there are times like right now, I just finished my second year ka paper. So right now I'm in the third year. So when I was giving my exams, you won't believe me, I started my first sem with one paper, and then right in the fourth sem, I just finished my fourth sem papers. We were giving 4 honors papers, exams in 4 honors papers. So that is how we progressed from sem 1 to sem 4. It's been a huge leap of faith, really. From sem 5 onwards, we're going to have 4 papers in each semester, just like we had in this one. So yeah, it's going to be a roller coaster ride. The second thing that I want to tell you is, do not take the subject if you like literature as a hobby. If you just like literature for the sake of, oh, I like reading fiction, oh, I love reading, romance and fantasy and, rom-coms and American lit fics, it's not going to help, because the kind of literature that we study under Calcutta University, and I think in Delhi University as well, it's pretty intensive. It's pretty heavy on the philosophical side, on the life-oriented side. It's not too heavy on the romance or the fantasy side of things. So if you like the romance or the fantasy side of literature, maybe this degree is not for you. Coming to the cons of taking English honors, there are too many cons. First of all, too little time and too much syllabus. We have been cribbing about this on and off for like a year or so, that 6-month semesters are taken in like 2-3 months by Calcutta University. God knows why, but yeah. So there's too little time and just too much syllabus. So if you are capable of good time management, and if you are able to have a sharp brain which can grasp like 12 poems and 3 novels and 3 dramas in a period of 3 months, good for you. Yeah, so this is just to tell you that there is a lot of things to read but very little time. The second thing is, the syllabus is made in such a way that you will see a lot of texts from dead white British men, as one of our professors likes to term it. There are too many texts from these dead white British men, and there are not many texts from Indian authors. There are so many amazing Indian authors. There's Ruskin Bond, there is Arundhati Roy, there is the author of Malgudi Days, an interpreter of melodies, Jhumpa Lahiri, right? There is the author of The Hungry Tide, Amitabh Ghosh. So there are so many wonderful Indian authors in fiction, but you don't really get to see them when it comes to reflecting Indianness in the syllabus. It's mostly dead white British men, which is a sad thing. The third thing that I would like to say, the third con of taking this entire English course is, this is not for beginners. It is not for people who have a poor understanding of English. Especially I'm talking about English grammar. You can take this course up if only you have a good deal of understanding and a good grasp over English language. If you write half-baked sentences, and if your grammar is not accurate, if you are not good on your punctuation, on your preposition, on your subject-verb agreement, on your placement of articles, on forming complex sentences, phrases, on expansion of your vocabulary, if you're not good at these things, then it will be very difficult for you to come to the course and prep yourself up for it, because believe it or not, we are giving exams all throughout the entire year. We have to have 75% attendance. We have to give our tutorials. We have to give our vivas. We have to write exams. There's merely a gap of 1 day between one honors paper and the next. So you understand that we have no time to prep ourselves up for betterment in the English language. If I right now want to read books, which I try very much, from outside of my English syllabus, it is actually very difficult, because we have so many texts in our English syllabus in itself that I do not usually get the time to branch out as I did in the first 2 semesters. So yeah. And another bonus painful tip, which I felt is very painful in my experience, is reading about the history of English literature. From the Elizabethan era to the postmodern era, you have to be thorough with the history of English literature, which I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I just came here to read texts, to analyze them, to interpret them, to critically analyze them. In fact, I don't know why they're making me read the history of English literature, but we're over with that. Yeah. And don't you ever believe that English is only going to be your one subject of focus, because you will have a minor paper, you will have your AEC, your ITC, your CVAC, your ENVS, and everything else, which makes the subject in itself kind of difficult to focus on, because you're always left with focusing on these side subjects. So you have to prioritize for yourself what you will focus. For example, in our case, what I did was ENVS and CVAC, I never touched it. You know, they would be reserved for the last day. Just one day before the exam, I would sit with the book and I would just go through it. Yeah, that's about it. So in summary, if you have to take any one piece of advice from this video, it would be that please go for English literature as your honors paper or as your honors subject if you dearly love that subject, if you truly are in love with that subject. I took it because of it, and that is the only thing that sustains me through these 4 years, is my love for the subject. Yeah, with that, I think we're going to end this video right here. I hope you're taking care of your body, mind, and soul. I will see you in the next one. Bye.